Hello and welcome back to Yin Yoga for our meridians. We have reached the Heart Meridian today, and if you're just jumping in on the Meridian class, welcome. And if you want to do more, there is several other Yin Yoga classes for meridians if you'd like to do the whole series, and there's a few more to come after this. So we are going to sit nice and tall on our sit bones. Please use a blanket or anything or pillow that you like to sit on to be comfortable. We will target the upper body. The heart meridian runs in the front of the chest, front of the spine, heart out the arms, up through the side of the face. So we will be doing some chest openers to release tension in the heart area and balance out our emotions and help the blood to flow with ease through our body. So let's start by taking the fingertips to the floor on each side of the body and take a few moments just to sit nice and tall, centering. And we'll start with 5 nice deep ujjayi breaths with our arms included in the breath, like a nice big extension. Turn the palms up, take a nice big inhale. Take the gaze up, and we'll start with a chest opener right here, and then exhale, hands down as we grow tall. And again, inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale and 2 more. Inhale, however you like to inhale, through the nose, exhale through the mouth, just to move some of that heart energy through and just waken up some pathways. Last one, and exhale, take it all the way back down. Nice. And from here, we're going to come onto our belly and start with Sphinx pose, chest opener. So come on to the belly and come onto your forearms and come down onto the pubic bone, to the hips, widening the feet, widening the legs, and have shoulders and elbows stacked above and below each other. And from here, we're just gonna stay and be comfortable. And if you would like to get your neck stretch involved in this, then maybe you get the back of the neck and get a compression onto the front of the throat and let your head be heavy. And doing our best to leave the muscles out of the stretch, out of the pose, and just letting everything be as passive as possible so that the stretch can reach in towards the deeper levels of the inner body, the vast space of ligaments and tendons, fascia, connective tissue. We have about another 15 breaths here. I like to stay for about 3 minutes or so in each pose on each side. So just get nice and comfortable, get still, and let the benefit of this yin pose reach the deeper levels. We find a comfortable place to be, our edge, and then we hold it still, and then we keep the pose. Have about another 7 breaths here. One more nice deep breath. And gently coming down onto the belly. Make a little peel out of the hands and move your hips side to side. Release the hips, lower back. And from here, we're going to come into melting heart. So we're going to come all the way back up onto all fours. And you might put a blanket underneath the knees. Maybe that feels good. You can put a block or pillow or something for your forehead, for your head. We're going to come into the arms forward and flatten out the toes behind so we are as passive as possible. And this might be your melting heart pose. And you might relax into here. There might be a way to get the head onto something soft. Maybe it's down onto the mat. So see what works for you. It is nice to have a little soft spot for the forehead to land on. And from here, we're getting that nice opening, targeting the heart meridian, the front of the body, out the shoulders, out the arms. So we are having some help with the hands to stay within our range of comfort zone, within our limit of a nice, comfortable place where we can be for about 3 minutes. Dissolving all kinds of layers and walls within the heart area just by being in a melting heart pose. Diving into our layers and releasing with each breath and opening pathways for the meridian to have clear pathways. From the heart and out. We have another 10 breaths here. Three more breaths. All the layers around the heart, out the arms. Just really an extension of our heart and our lungs. And slowly coming back up. Taking away any of your props to the side of the mat. You can tuck the toes under and we'll do like a nice big counter stretch, arching the spine up to the sky. Releasing your head, your neck, floating the back body, floating the ribs, the space behind the heart, giving it a nice big expansion and unleashing any energy that might be stuck at the back of the heart. And then from here, we're gonna come into a shoulder and chest stretch. So we're gonna come to the side. You can come and lay flat onto that right side of the body and take the arm out and stretch into the shoulder, which certainly is also targeting in towards the chest. You could also bend your knees into a 90-degree so that your knees and your belly button has a nice big like angle, 90-degree angle, and you can take your right arm out to the side and bend it 90 degrees and come down onto the right side of the head and either support with your left hand down or take your left arm behind you. So any of those variations that works for you. I'll come over to this side and we'll just stay and melt into the opening from the chest, out the shoulder, out the arm. You can also take your left hand behind you. And to feel more steady, I like to pull my knees in so that I feel like I'm laying in a nice supported weight distribution to all parts. And just letting the breath come and go. Can get a little intense in the shoulder. You might need to adjust. You might need to have a pillow under for support. You might straighten your arm out instead of having your arm bent. So see what works for your chest opener that leads to the pathway to the heart meridian. And melting the layers, staying nice and soft in the muscles, and just letting gravity help us to deepen the pose if we needed to. We're just staying in the pose and feeling the layers unraveling. We have another 10 breaths here. Three more breaths, and then we start to make our way over to the second side. And slowly making your way out, bit by bit, arm and leg and arm, and come up to all fours. Maybe do a couple of side crescents to the side. And then we'll come on to the left side, chest and shoulder opener. Chest stretch is really what we're going for, which if you take the left arm straight out, works really well. And just lay on a nice angle with your knees pulled into your chest, 90 degrees, and your left arm behind you, and coming down onto your left side of the chin, on the ear, and again your arm might be straight. I'm going to bend my arm 90 degrees because that is just a little bit of a different feeling into the chest. So see what works. It can be a big difference for the chest. So check and see where your edge is for this pose. Move your arm around so it's like a nice cactus variation, and that way you can kind of feel around and see where your arm needs to go. I'll take the right arm behind me, stack the knees one on top of each other, and we'll stay on this side for about 20 breaths or so and enjoy opening the pathways from the heart out the arms for a heart meridian that governs our emotions, our feelings, distributing of healthy blood. Relaxing the layers as much as we can and just laying down deeper into the layers, unraveling in towards the left shoulder, any debris that's might be stuck in that shoulder joint. Another 10 breaths here. Sinking through the layers of the left shoulder area, chest area. And we're all going to feel it in different places. Maybe it's the chest, maybe it's the shoulder, maybe it's the arm, maybe it's the bicep area. Another 3 breaths here. And slowly opening your eyes if they were closed. I hope they were closed. And then coming up to all fours. And doing a couple of side to side again. Plugging the arm bones in and just kind of getting in towards the side body a little bit before we move on with archer arms. So we're going to sit crisscross with our legs or happy pose. And the archer arms are, we're going to do some different things with the legs. So we'll see what we choose. I just want to show the arms for some of you that might not be familiar. They're Gomukasana arms in yoga language. So the right arm comes up to the ear and then folds behind. And maybe that's plenty, and the other arm might be in the lap. Maybe it feels comfortable to take the left arm out and turn the thumb down and take the arm behind you and go find your fingers. And that is a big stretch for some shoulders and some chests. So maybe you choose one arm behind you. Maybe you choose to take a strap. Maybe you take your shirt or something. I'm going to also take the same variant with my, or the variant with my legs in the same pose where they kind of go hand in hand, the arms and the legs, where the right knee comes over the left and the seat, I like to sit on a pillow for my hips. You might sit on a block or a pillow, or you might sit flat down. See what works for you. And then we'll take our archer arms from here with your right arm up and getting back in towards the shoulders, and taking the left arm and turning it down, and we'll come back into those shoulders and chest areas. And again, if the left arm doesn't want to go behind and bend, and then we'll just put it in the lap. And if it works, then we'll just sit right here and hold the arms, and we have about another 15 or so breaths left. And enjoying wherever we're at. Sitting nice and tall, sitting nice and heavy. Your legs might be crossed. You might be sitting on a block with your legs tucked underneath you. Just sit comfortably. This is one version how you could sit. We're focusing on the arms and the chest and the heart meridian. So the legs are kind of secondary. And another 10 breaths here. Letting the layers open up. Just kind of washing the deeper layers. 3 more breaths. And gently release the arms and take your hands down to the side, and maybe just taking like one nice big inhale up and stretching the sides evenly, the arms evenly. I like to just kind of shake out my wrists after that, and the feelings of the shoulders down into the upper arms. Let's switch to the second side. So I'm sitting on a pillow for my Gomukasana legs or my shoelace legs. You might sit cross-legged, you might sit on blocks, you might sit on a chair. Do whatever works for you. Take your left arm up and take it behind you, and maybe that's the version that works for you. If it works to take the right arm out and then thumb down and take your hand behind you and go and find your fingers. The side is a little tighter for me. Maybe take the shirt that you're wearing and kind of use that as a strap. Sometimes that works really well too. Find your edge in your arch your arm variant. Or your Gomukasana arms. Think about it, how you like to think about it. And then descend into your seat and sit as comfortably as you can, letting the pathways, the chi move in from the heart center and out the arms. Moving from the heart out the arms is like an extension for the heart chakra. Clearing pathways, untying knots in the shoulder and the chest. About another 7 breaths or so here. Breathing through the layers that is maybe speaking to us, coming up to the surface. Certainly, if it doesn't feel comfortable, we definitely come out of it. If it's going beyond our edge of comfort zone, just knowing that we are going deeper into the layers, into the fascia, the connective tissues. I'll take another nice deep breath here. And exhale, release the arms out to the side. Take another big inhale. Maybe there's a difference in the arms, in the biceps, in the shoulders, all the way out. Yeah. And slowly untying your legs wherever you were at and come to all fours, please. And give yourself a couple of cat-cows to move some of that energy out from the upper body. One more, all the way up and out. And then we're going to come and lay on our back for Shavasana and assimilating the poses that we just did for another 20 breaths, where everything just gets to melt into one. Press the head down, adjust your shoulder blades, get comfortable on your mat, maybe put a blanket over you, maybe put an eye pillow over you, letting the toes relax, letting the fingers relax. There should be a nice open feeling in the chest. Knowing with just a few moments, targeting the upper body, a few poses. Today we have brought awareness and chi and energy to our heart meridian that flows from the center and out. Another 5 breaths here. And moving your toes and your fingers, moving your head side to side, stretching your arms over your head, and then bend the knees into the chest and come to a comfortable seat. And again, if you're using a blanket, sit on your blanket below. And we're going to close up with one of my favorite poses, the hug pose. It is also a yin yoga pose when we take the hands and wrap them around and find the shoulder blades. We're not going to stay for 3 minutes. So we're just going to move some of the juiciness that we have targeted for our practice. So we'll just give ourselves a few hugs. We alternate the arms above and below, and then we send it back out and switch, arch the spine, one more each side. And this is like a good opportunity to hug ourselves and to send out hugs to those that we'd like to send hugs to in this pandemic non-hugging time, which we'll just come up with ways of hugging each other anyway, like that. Take the palms together and then exhale, hands down to the heart. Nice. And we'll sit nice and tall. Ending our practice with an Om. If you'd like to join me, we'll join our voices. Take a nice big inhale from the heart center. Inhale. One hand to the heart, one hand to the earth. Grounding ourselves, recharging the heart energy, sending heart energy out and receiving new. And thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So please do hit subscribe and share with your friends and do yoga with your friends. And thank you very much. Namaste. Have a wonderful